Congratulations on very good rights issue results. I know a few companies that might have liked to have numbers like you did. But where is this money going? And let's just start off with what the rights issue final results look like.
Okay. Yes, I think we've had a good run with our rights issue. We've been very successful with it. And thanks to the support that the shareholders have shown in the bank, we've raised 1.8 billion as planned. And the intention is to reinvest this money in the business. We are looking at continuing with our growth trajectory in terms of continuing with our branch expansion, which is a program that we've started over several years now.
Okay, before we delve a lot more into what this money is going, especially that expansion, your 74.6% of your existing shareholders actually took up their rights. But also, the rights not taken up by existing shareholders, you're saying you're going to allot this 22.74% to those who applied for additional shares. Let's explain that rationale for us.
Yeah, so what we had was, we had of the total shareholders who applied for the rights issue, 74% of those applied for the shares that were entitled to them. But in the process of applying for the rights issue, some of these shareholders applied for additional shares as well,
yes,
should they become available. And the volume of additional shares that were applied for, when viewed against the untaken rights that some of the other shareholders had not taken up, that results in a prorated percentage of 22.7%.
Right.
What it means effectively is, for any shareholders who has applied for, say, 100 additional shares, will be entitled to 22 additional shares over and above the entitlement which they've applied for.
So when do these rights begin trading at the Nairobi Securities Exchange?
As per the rights issue timetable, we will begin the allotment exercise from next week, and we'll look at getting the rights listed at the stock exchange on 12th of September, which is the date from when investors will begin to trade in these new shares.
This is an unfair question to ask you, but I will ask it all the same. The NIC rights issue are trading at a premium right now, so I'm sure you're looking at that very positively, hoping that will be the case with the Diamond Trust Bank?
Yes, the DTB rights were trading at a premium as well when the trading window had opened during the rights issue application process, and we had the shares trading at a premium of, on average, of about 25 to 30 shillings. So that is indicative of the interest that investors generally have in the rights issue.
All right, now we can delve on the expansion. You had stated you want to increase your branch network from 70 to 98, from 78 to 90 at least. Explain a bit more about that and where this will be.
Sure. Perhaps what I should talk about is our long-term strategy plan, which we dub as Vision 2020. And it's anchored on 3 or 4 key pillars. One is our continued focus on branch expansion. And it's an area which we started in earnest about 5-6 years ago. And we intend to continue to focus in that area in our business, not just here in Kenya, but in other East African markets that we are present in. We're also looking at investing in other alternative delivery channels, which are technology anchored. And this is more around widening our product suite. And we'll also be looking at investing in technology generally, so as to increase our ability and have the necessary infrastructure to service our customers and go close to our customers. So these 3 key pillars will require funding, and the rights issue that's just been concluded will play a key role in helping us fund these initiatives over the next 3-4 years.
So Kenya is a traditional market, but you're looking very closely at the region. Which countries are you most happy about, and what are the plans for these countries?
Certainly Kenya is our anchor market. Uganda and Tanzania is also part of the group's home base, if you like.
Right.
Burundi has been a relatively new entrant for us. We have a subsidiary there, and that business is now in its 3rd year of operation. And as part of our expansion into other surrounding countries, we have a number of countries which are of interest to us. These include entities like Rwanda, DRC, Mozambique, Madagascar. And we'll be looking at opportunities, and where we do see opportunities coming up in some of these countries or even elsewhere in sub-Saharan Africa, we will pay a close attention to them.
Who exactly do you target? Because one of the things a lot of bankers need to answer is this: in this entire region, a whole lot of people who are still unbanked. The percentage of the population that has access to a bank account is very limited.
Sure. It's interesting you asked that question, because as part of our Vision 2020 strategy,
right.
one new initiative which certainly excites us quite a bit is around financial inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have been focusing on the small and medium enterprises sector for a long time now. And what we've said as part of our Vision 2020 strategy is to look at the whole area of financing micro enterprises. And this is an area which we plan to launch in the coming months. And we hope to see how we can play a role with the infrastructure that we have in the region, with the network of branches that we have, so that we can provide access to micro entrepreneurs across the country and in the other markets that we operate in.
And is this still good business? Will it pay?
We believe so. We believe that as in other emerging markets, East Africa is also going to see SMEs and micro enterprises generally play an increasingly important role and be the heartbeat of the economy. And we hope that by intermediating with micro enterprises, as they grow, then they can upscale and graduate to become small enterprises,
right.
and rise to occupy the SME space.
So this gives the entire economy a big shot.
Sure.